going to ask you
Okay.
and everybody else in the organization
Right.
once in a while to try not to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. The way our brains are wired, particularly in business, is that everything that we say to people is a learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And so the arrival of AI, which is everywhere and freaking everybody out,
Right.
is built off of what?
A learning model.
Right. Your brain is the exact same way.
Right.
So AI is essentially trying to replicate and accelerate how a human brain works. And so if you keep typing in the same thing to AI and you ask the same question over and over again and you have the same style over and over again, if you use chat, it starts to take on your persona. When you go in and you do research before you meet, you physically go to the place and you do research before you meet, you come into that first conversation having predetermined answers. You've arrived in, this guy doesn't, da, 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 da. And whether you agree with it or not, I don't mean you, but whether the person agrees with it or not, you come in a little hot in your mind, even if you can temper your behavior, because you've seen 3 trucks and you know what that's a sign of, except it may not be a sign of anything. And the more that you replicate that same learned behavior over and over again, you don't give yourself and that other person an opportunity to be unique in their problem and to have a unique answer to their problem. Because you start to think it's prescriptive. I know what a dirty shop looks like, and a dirty shop means this. And if I see this, that means that. And you get yourself into this learned model where you're not asking the questions because you already think you know the answer. If I came in without any of those things and I just started asking questions and I would say, hey, did you notice? If I really noticed it for the first time, I would say, hey, we should check the breaker. And he would say, why? And I would say, because I think that the fuse must be blown. The fuse must have blown this morning.
Putting it as, it could have just happened, yeah.
Or,
let's go look.
Or, I've been meaning to get to that.
Saving a little face, but obviously.
But he's going to give you, you're going to sort of like ask a question that starts to unpack who that person is. And based on his answer, not based on my own preconceived notions or my own learned behavior, or me saying, well, that guy's this way, so he must be this way. Does that make any sense?